Redania was a kingdom that buzzed with life. The cobblestone streets bustled with merchants and their wares. Farmers brought in fresh produce, their carts overflowing with color. The air hummed with the rhythmic clang of the blacksmith's hammer. It was a place where something was always happening.
Why bother doing anything yourself when you have an army of willing helpers? Life is meant to be a bed of roses, or rather a bed of the softest, fluffiest feathers.
Princess Alara adored her sleep. She slept on the softest mattresses, covered in the finest silks. A gentle breeze, courtesy of her handmaiden's tireless fanning, always kept her chamber cool. Even the sun knew better than to disturb her slumber. Alara had a staff dedicated to catering to her every whim. They dressed her, combed her hair, and even brought her breakfast in bed.
I've tried everything to motivate Alara. I've reasoned, pleaded, and even resorted to gentle threats. Nothing works.
Queen Seraphina, Alara's mother, was a wise and compassionate ruler, but she was at her wit's end with her daughter. Finally, Queen Seraphina decided to seek help from an old friend, Mirabelle the Enchantress. Mirabelle was known for her unconventional solutions. If anyone could help Alara, Seraphina thought, it was her.
A princess who loves her sleep a little too much, you say? I have just the thing.
Mirabelle, with a twinkle in her eye, listened patiently to the queen's woes. When Seraphina was done, Mirabelle chuckled.
This, my dear queen, is no ordinary broom. It only activates with the touch of the person meant to wield it. And it won't rest until that person learns the value of hard work.
She presented the queen with a simple yet extraordinary broom. It was crafted from shimmering gold and radiated a soft, warm light.
Alara, this golden broom is for you.
A broom? Really? Me? But I'm a princess.
Despite her protests, the moment Alara touched the broom, it sprang to life, tugging her along.
Hey, what's going on?
The broom led her to the grand hall, the largest room in the palace. It was in a sorry state, covered in dust and cobwebs.
Alara, I can only sweep when you hold me. Together we must clean this entire hall.
And so began Alara's reluctant journey with the golden broom. The grand hall took days to clean. It was a monumental task that seemed almost impossible at first. The sheer size of the room, with its high ceilings and intricate details, made it a daunting challenge. Dust had settled into every nook and cranny, and cobwebs hung like curtains from the chandeliers. The windows, once clear and bright, were now opaque with grime. It was a job that required not just effort, but perseverance and determination.
Ugh, this is never ending. Every time I think I'm done, I find another corner that needs attention. It's like the dust is multiplying faster than I can clean it. My arms ache, my back is sore, and I feel like I'm fighting a losing battle.
Alara grumbled and complained, but the broom wouldn't let her rest. It seemed to have a mind of its own, guiding her to the next spot that needed cleaning. She felt like she was in a never-ending loop of sweeping, dusting, and scrubbing. The broom was relentless, pushing her to keep going even when she wanted to give up.
Why won't you just give me a break? I need to rest. This is too much for one person to handle. I feel like I'm going to collapse from exhaustion.
Slowly, however, something began to change. As the hall became cleaner, Alara felt a sense of accomplishment. The once overwhelming task started to feel more manageable. She began to see the fruits of her labor, and it gave her a boost of energy. The grand hall, which had seemed so daunting at first, was now starting to shine. The chandeliers sparkled, the floors gleamed, and the windows let in streams of sunlight. Alara realized that her hard work was paying off.
Hey, this actually looks pretty good. I can't believe I did this. The hall looks almost new again. Maybe this cleaning thing isn't so bad after all.
Next, the broom led her to the neglected palace gardens. The sight that greeted her was disheartening. The once beautiful gardens were now overgrown with weeds and wild plants. The flowers were choked by the undergrowth, and the paths were barely visible. It was clear that the gardens had been neglected for a long time. But Alara felt a new sense of purpose. She had transformed the grand hall, and now she was determined to do the same for the gardens.
Welcome, princess. Ready to get your hands dirty? The gardener's cheerful greeting was a stark contrast to the state of the gardens. But his enthusiasm was infectious, and Alara found herself smiling back. She picked up a pair of gardening gloves and a trowel, ready to tackle the next challenge.
As Alara weeded and pruned, she discovered a love for gardening she never knew she had. The work was hard. but it was also incredibly rewarding. She found peace in the repetitive motions of weeding and pruning. The smell of the earth, the feel of the plants, and the sight of the garden slowly coming back to life filled her with a sense of satisfaction. She realized that she was not just cleaning a garden, but nurturing it back to health.
The feel of the warm earth, the sight of new blooms. This is amazing! I never thought I would enjoy gardening so much. It's like I'm discovering a whole new side of myself. The flowers are so beautiful, and knowing that I helped them grow makes it even more special.
The feel of the warm earth in her hands, the sight of new blooms, filled her with a joy no amount of sleep ever had. Alara realized that she had found a new passion. The gardens, once neglected and overgrown, were now a testament to her hard work and dedication. She had not only cleaned and restored them, but she had also discovered a new love for gardening. It was a journey of transformation, not just for the gardens, but for Alara herself. She had learned the value of perseverance, the joy of hard work, and the unexpected pleasures that come from getting her hands dirty. The Harvest Feast was Redania's biggest event of the year. It was a time when the entire kingdom came together to celebrate the bounty of the harvest season. The grand feast was known for its lavish banquet setup, where tables were adorned with the finest foods and decorations. People from all walks of life eagerly anticipated this event, marking it on their calendars months in advance. But this year, disaster struck. Just as the final touches were being added to the decorations and the last dishes were being prepared, a fierce storm rolled in. The winds howled, and the rain poured down in torrents, causing chaos and destruction. The once beautiful setup was now a scene of devastation. A storm hit the night before, leaving the feast preparations in disarray. The palace grounds were littered with debris, and the carefully arranged decorations were ruined. The staff, who had worked tirelessly for weeks, were now faced with the daunting task of salvaging what they could.
Oh no, what a mess! The sight was heartbreaking. The staff members were in shock, their faces reflecting the despair they felt. It seemed impossible to restore the feast to its former glory in such a short time.
The staff was at their wits' end. They had no idea where to start or how to proceed. The pressure was immense and the clock was ticking. The feast was supposed to be a joyous occasion, but now it seemed like an insurmountable challenge. Alara, seeing the chaos, felt a surge of responsibility. She knew that she couldn't let the hard work of her team go to waste. With a determined look in her eyes, she decided to take charge and turn the situation around.
All right, everyone, let's get to work. You, clear the debris. You, salvage the decorations. Alara's voice was firm and authoritative, cutting through the panic and confusion. Her calm demeanor and clear instructions gave the staff a renewed sense of purpose. I'll help wherever I'm needed. Alara rolled up her sleeves and joined her team in the cleanup efforts. She wasn't afraid to get her hands dirty, and her dedication inspired others to do the same.
She took charge, organizing the staff, delegating tasks, and even pitching in herself. Alara's leadership was evident as she coordinated the efforts of her team, ensuring that everyone knew their role and worked efficiently. She used her newfound cleaning skills to clear the debris. Alara's meticulous attention to detail ensured that no corner was left untouched. She worked tirelessly, her determination unwavering, and her gardening expertise to salvage the decorations. Alara's knowledge of plants and flowers came in handy as she carefully restored the damaged arrangements, bringing life back to the feast.
We can do this together! Alara's words were a rallying cry, motivating the staff to give their best. The sense of camaraderie and teamwork was palpable as everyone worked towards a common goal.
By nightfall, thanks to Alara's leadership, the feast was back on track. The grand hall was once again filled with the sights and sounds of celebration. The tables were set, the decorations were in place, and the air was filled with the delicious aroma of the feast. Alara's efforts had paid off, and the harvest feast was saved. The harvest feast was a resounding success. As Alara surveyed the joyous scene, she realized how much she had changed.
I can't believe it. I've really changed.
She was no longer the lazy, entitled princess. She had found fulfillment in hard work, in responsibility, in serving her kingdom.
Alara, my dear, you've made me so proud.
Queen Seraphina watched her daughter with immense pride. She knew Mirabelle's magic had worked its charm. The golden broom had served its purpose.
Thank you, Mother, and thank you, Mirabelle.
Alara had found her own inner sparkle, brighter than any magic. The golden broom lost its shine and became just a regular broom. Once a symbol of magic and wonder, it now lay on the floor. Its brilliance faded. The broom had served its purpose, guiding Princess Alara through her journey of self-discovery. Alara, however, continued to shine. Her inner light was not dependent on the broom's magic. She had discovered a strength within herself that was far more powerful. Her confidence grew with each passing day, and she embraced her new role with grace and determination.
I guess I don't need magic to be my best self anymore. The broom had been a crutch, but now she realized that her true power came from within. She smiled at the broom one last time before walking away, ready to face the challenges ahead.
She embraced her royal duties, attending council meetings, addressing the people's concerns, and making decisions that would shape the future of Redania. Her advisors were impressed by her wisdom and insight, qualities that had blossomed since she let go of the magical broom. Working alongside her mother, Queen Alara, Alara ensured Redania's prosperity. They discussed matters of state, planned for the kingdom's future, and worked tirelessly to improve the lives of their people. Alara's dedication was unwavering, and her mother couldn't have been prouder.
There's so much to do, but it's all worth it. Alara found joy in her responsibilities, whether it was organizing important documents, meeting with foreign dignitaries, or engaging in community projects. Each task was a step towards a better future for her kingdom.
She still enjoyed her sleep, but now she also understood the importance of hard work and balance. Alara had learned to manage her time effectively, ensuring she had moments of rest and relaxation amidst her busy schedule. This balance was key to her success and happiness.
Balance is key. I can do this. With a determined look, Alara held the broom one last time, not as a magical tool, but as a reminder of her journey. She knew that with balance and determination, she could achieve anything she set her mind to.
She had become a princess who was both loved and respected, a princess who truly deserved her crown. The people of Redania admired her for her kindness, wisdom, and strength. She had earned their trust and loyalty through her actions and dedication. And it all started with a magical broom. The enchanted broom had been the catalyst for Alara's transformation, but it was her own inner strength and determination that had truly made her the princess she was today. The broom's magic had faded, but Alara's light continued to shine brightly.